Big Student Ministries, what's up? This is a segment of service that we call I Bet You Didn't Know. Basically what it is we want to give you guys an opportunity to know the youth specialists that serve you and that signed up just for you to deal with the youth. Today we have Michael Conyers. He's over operations. He's my right-hand man. He helps me facilitate a lot of the things that I do here. He's over the cafe. He's over finance. He's over the info center. He's over the officials. He's over pretty much everything that you see that operates, SOS included. So right now, let's give a round of applause for Michael Conyers.
Clap for myself.
Have you ever been bullied in high school?
Yes.
Okay.
It was more so in middle school, actually.
Middle school.
Because in middle school, I was a short, nerdy guy. Short, chubby, chunky, and I was smart. Okay. So I got picked at, I got clowned on, got in a couple fights. I won all my fights, by the way. But,
I was going to ask you that, actually.
Yeah, I never lost a fight.
Okay, amen.
But at that time, at the time, it hurts a little bit. You have your different, defense mechanisms. So for me, it was cracking jokes on folks. I was somewhat of a clown, so if you came at me the wrong way, you get a joke cracked on you. That was how I dealt with it. At home in private, I would, talk to parents or actually older cousins,
gotcha.
And they would give advice that wasn't really conducive to what I'm trying to do. I had some cousins that weren't always on the straight and narrow. They had certain ways of dealing with people, and okay, I probably want to listen to that advice. Mm-hmm. So my own personal defense mechanism as far as dealing with bullies were to crack jokes, get the attention off of me, get it on them, and I move on. That's how I dealt with bullying.
Do you remember the first fight that you were ever in?
Oh yeah, Troy Johnson.
Troy Johnson, tell us about it.
I beat up Troy Johnson when I was in the 5th grade.
Why he start off with, I beat up Troy Johnson?
Man, Troy Johnson used to give me a hard time since maybe 4th grade all the way to...
What happened on that situation?
All right, on this particular day, we had a substitute teacher. And I got there a little late, and Troy was sitting in my seat. I said, hey Troy, I sit here every day, man, and nothing new. He's like, this is my seat. I said, no, this is my seat. So we had some words in the classroom, but it was one of those things where you in each other's face, but you was waiting for somebody to break the fight up.
Right.
So we waited until we got to recess. And he's like, hey, you got a problem? And he had braces. And so I hit him dead in his mouth with the intent of pushing his braces up into his gum. I actually still got the scar on my hand where I hit him in his braces. Laid Troy out. The substitute teacher came in, snatched me up, grabbed me up, took me to the bathroom. Then they brought Troy in there too and made us hug and apologize.
Okay,
I still got the scar. I wish I could do a close-up right there. Knock Troy Johnson out. We was cool after that. We honestly
one of the best friends.
My best friends.
Do you still know him to this day?
I don't know where Troy is.
Do you see any students that remind you of yourself? And now, do you also see any students here that may remind you of your brothers?
Yes, I see one that reminds me of myself at that age as well as my brother. And this for a couple of reasons. Little John Howlett. Y'all know John, Alicia, and Danielle's brother John. John reminds me a lot of myself as far as statue-wise and the way he talks. He's a real smart dude that's talking all the time. Yeah. He's always talking, always laughing, having a good time. That was me, me and my brother, we were both clowns. We like to have a good time, and that's definitely John. John's a good dude, good guy. But every time I see him, I like, man, that dude look just like my little brother.
If you could open up the head of a student and pour information in, what would be one of the main things that you try and instill in today's youth? Boys and girls. Boys and girls.
See the big picture. Your decisions are going to dictate and determine your bigger picture. That if you're in high school now, a lot of decisions that you're going to make now in your teens are going to affect you in your 20s. When you're in your 20s, you're going to make decisions that are going to affect you in your 30s. So just realizing that the decisions you made in that one moment are going to affect you for the rest of your life.
Well, Mike, I appreciate you taking time out.
No problem, man.
This has been an episode of I Bet You Didn't Know, Big Student Ministries.